So how do you deal with the pain now?
I meditate quite a lot, and I try to just keep my head straight and try not to think too much about the past. You know, it's not easy, but you know, I mean, you've got to try. You know, and you've got to try to just focus your mind on something other than drugs, other than alcohol, other than hurting yourself, because I mean, I hurt myself because I don't want to hurt others. You know, I cut myself up because I don't want to hurt others, so I'll hurt myself. And I feel better if I know that I've hurt myself. I know I'm not going out there hurting anybody else.
Right.
So it's hard. It is hard. You know, people think it's so easy, but it's not easy. It's not easy at all. You know, it's very difficult.
Do you want to change the situation? Do you want to move from being on the streets?
Of course I do. But you know, I mean, it's not that easy. You know, I mean, when you're on the street, you're kind of stuck in a rut because there's no real help out there. You know, and they put you into a hostel which is full of drug addicts and alcoholics. You know, and then you're going to backslide, and then you're going to be back on the drugs or the alcohol. Right. And I don't want that. You know, I want to stay away from that.
And so there's nowhere else you can turn to?
No. Yeah.
Wow.
It's hard. It's hard. You know, but you just got to keep going forward and just try not to think too much about it. You know, it's.
So where are your possessions, or are we?
This is it. This is all my possessions.
So it's just this rug and your clothes. And what do you do about? I mean, do you ever change the clothes or wash them, or?
Yeah, I wash my clothes once a month.
Right.
I go down to the laundry once a month and I wash my clothes. It costs me £7, but you know, I beg the money. You know, sometimes you know, on an hour on a Thursday, I can make like £10 to £20. You know, that's on a Thursday. You know, but you know, I mean, that's in an hour. But,
do you ever get people trying to get the money off you?
Yeah, I've had a couple of people try to rob me. You know, but you know, I say, look, man, if you're that desperate, take it.
Right.
You know? If you're really that desperate, take it. Don't try to rob me. Just take it. You know, have it. You know.
I wanted to ask you, why are we at war? In your opinion, as an ex-soldier, why are we at war? All these wars.
For money and propaganda. It's all about money. It's all about how much money they can get from the countries who have got the most oil, and also because they think that, like, you know, they can colonize every country, you know, and it's like, it's not right. You know, these people have their own lives, they have their own countries, and they should be able to live in their own countries without fear of a war start. You know. Now, fair enough. When I joined the army in 1989, I was sent out to war in 1990. But I knew what I was doing because I knew what I was putting myself in for.
But why did you do it?
Why?
Why did you join?
Because I needed the money. I needed money, and I didn't have much of an education. I was brought up in children's homes. I was brought up through sex abuse.
So you've been through this abuse, you've been through a children's home, this was a way you saw of getting out of it.
And the only way I found about getting out was by joining the army.
Right.
Because I was intelligent. You know, I had a very high IQ.
I can imagine.
So, you know, I mean, when I went to join the army, I passed straight away, you know, I mean. And then 5 weeks later, I got a letter saying, you've passed, and you go and join your regiment. You know, and so I went to Woolwich, where I was based in Woolwich, and it was good.
And what stage did you realise that what you were doing was motivated by money and propaganda?
on the third year of my tour. You know, the third year of my tour, when I know I had my family to support. You know, my wife, we had 2 children at the time. I needed money. My wife, she had no money. She was living in the barracks in Colchester. And she stayed there in the army barracks while I went to war. But, you know, I mean, I came home every 8 months for 2 weeks. And sometimes my 2 weeks would be cut short. And I'd have to go back. But it hurt because, you know, I mean, I didn't really see much of my wife in the 16 years we were married. I didn't really see much of her.
Wow.
I mean, we were married for 16 years, and in all fairness, I think we were together for about 5 of them years. You know? Which wasn't really a lot.
When I look at your injuries and hear your history...
She stuck by me, and she understood. But I don't think I understood. She understood what I was doing, but I don't think I really understood. I don't really think I comprehended what I was actually doing. You know? All I know, I signed on a dotted line and I was getting paid. But that, you know, I look back now and I regret what I did. I regret being in the army. I regret doing what I did. But I had to do it because I signed on that line to say this is what I'm going to do. And I had no choice. I was told to do what I was told to do. And if you didn't do it, you'd end up in a glass house.
Right.
You know?
Okay, thank you. Thank you.